we go. Welcome to the show. My name is Angel Lorenzana, and I am one of the hosts of this show, and I got my co-host next to me.
My name is Rafa. I'm the other host of this show, and to my right I have...
Oh, my name is Joshua Saenz, RS Josh. I go by sometimes. Just a local comic.
And then?
You're just a local comic? God damn it. I'm Morgan Hyman, and I am a fucking local comic.
I like that.
West Texas based local.
West Texas.
Are we really in West Texas?
We are in West Texas.
Like some people told me that it's not exactly West Texas.
Nah, that's bullshit. West Texas is all of the Panhandle, all the way to El Paso.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, once you're like, yeah, that's my definition. I used to not consider El Paso West Texas, but that shit looks like New Mexico, and New Mexico is just West Texas.
All right, cool. Yeah, and again, Josh and Morgan, you guys are our guests. I just wanted to kind of make that clear.
Oh, we're the guests. Oh, cool.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Sweet. So yeah,
What's the name of this podcast?
we don't have.
Okay,
We
well,
haven't
never
talked
mind.
about that yet on the
Okay.
show, but hey,
I
I
mean,
matter. I don't care. But
I like the name y'all had that you
was it?
told me about.
What was the name of
You said it was called Taco Sandwich because
Let me... it's
What?
taco sandwich.
Taco Sandwich.
The reason for that is because there's two Mexicans and a white boy, which is Haley, which is not here with us
Haley
tonight.
Newman.
Because he's busy.
who Rafa thought of that, right?
Yeah.
And then
Taco
Haley
Taco
loves
Sandwich.
it.
Yeah, it's
And
great.
then I didn't say anything.
And then you can abbreviate it TTS. Welcome to the newest episode of TTS.
But then I had-
I like TTS.
But then I had to pretty much open up and tell Rafa, I was like, hey man, I'm sorry, I don't like that.
Yeah. You don't like that name?
I don't.
That's bullshit. That's a good ass name.
That's a good name. Haley
You know
and I
what?
love it.
I have a podcast that has an awesome name.
Yes.
Breaking
That's
Hyman
Breaking Hyman. I
Podcast.
really love
That's
that.
not
Because
bad.
my last name is Hyman. She laughed. The producer engineer laughed from the sound booth because my podcast name is
It's
so
super cool.
fucking tits.
You're
Yep.
plugging your shit right away, aren't you?
That's
Yeah, man, I'm about it. That's what I do.
we
But I'm sorry, I'm
guests.
stepping on Josh. Josh,
No, I was just
You're my
gonna
boy,
say,
dog.
I was just gonna say
sewer dog.
no, you're Jewish, so you're very quick with the advertising, real quick. You want to monetize so fast, bro.
I got the Jewish last name and dick, but yeah, I claim it. I'll claim it now. I'll do 23andMe, and you're like 2.2 Ashkenazi, whatever.
I bet you.
Kosher. I'm kosher.
Watch me do the 23, man. I come out like more Spanish than Mexican. I have a lot of
I
people.
think
that apologize
Josh,
to
you're like 17% Spanish, however much Mexican, and then like 10% retarded.
I was going to say...
Or is that word allowed on the podcast? I'm sorry.
What did you say?
No,
I said the R word. I don't want to say it again.
Don't worry about it.
I don't want to get
We're
you
not
guys
like that.
demonetized. Y'all should probably bleep that because
remedial.
it's remedial. Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, just bleep it.
Remedial is better.
I don't
Okay.
I don't work on the bleeping.
Yeah, you don't work on bleeping. Roy will bleep stuff on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because he doesn't want to get demonetized. Because you know how Dylan just goes off and yeah. But
Well, that's probably a different topic.
yeah.
But you know, I'm talking about like you know, he has these Jewish like tropes sometimes. Like
Oh, yeah.
like, you have that joke about your pronouns and all that. But I
Oh yeah,
I
Hebrew.
felt like another pronoun for like a Jew is like ka-ching. Because you know the mutton.
I like it. No, that's funny. That's funny.
I like it.
Cha-ching.
It's very simple. It's a dad joke. Very
It is a
racist
dad
joke.
I mean, aren't all dads racist?
That's true.
I'm not a dad.
But you're racist?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just say dumb
I
shit.
feel like such a noob.
He doesn't have a good excuse, but he is.
So that was obviously a joke, and I'm like, is it because you're racist, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dad part is the crutch.
So, with this podcast, y'all is it going to be mostly comics? I'm just curious because it's pretty new.
Like from what we're talking about, it sounds like just local, like, or it doesn't even have to be local, but mainly I'm guessing like local comedians,
Just
any kind of
local.
artists,
Yeah.
any kind of local, anybody
Okay.
that's local. and
Cool. Yeah, people
any kind of
doing
art
cool shit.
or-
Yeah, interesting people also.
Yeah, I
you know
got
what I mean?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, definitely. So someone who's interesting enough.
Yeah.
We will be more than happy to have him on the show.
I think that.
Of course, we know all the local comedians and some of the artists. We like to have musicians and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a great.
It's a nice spot for everybody.
And there's a lot of crossover because I do music. Angel, you've done some music. Not here. You haven't really done any music locally.
I've always wanted to make music, but I have messed around. I have a guitar and I have like messed around doing freestyle rapping, and I've done.
Oh yeah, no, I know you rap too a little bit.
Well, don't tell no one that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Josh has never rapped.
No, he doesn't know what that he was big back in the 90s. I remember when you first started.
Yeah,
Baby J, baby arms.
Baby arms. My arms. I was a baby.
You look like you settled down a lot too with like the Kurt Cobain jacket and stuff.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
this is very Nirvana.
That's like a song. I'm gonna kill myself.
You're not gonna unalive yourself.
No. Oh, unalive. I forgot you have to say that.
I don't know if you have to say that. That's like the TikTok way of saying.
Crazy, you gotta say
it is weird. It is weird.
Unalive.
Yeah, unalive.
People.
Yeah.
Okay. I kept asking myself, why do people keep saying unalive? But it's because of the internet moderate. Like.
Yeah. It's you know.
I would just say
they might say you're like, oh, I'm gonna commit sewer slide.
Is it just supposed to be like is it supposed to be like a polite way to say it now, or just people do it on?
No, it's a thing for like it traumatizes people saying real words that mean actual things. Traumatizes people.
Well, that's true. But imagine me coming out.
To soften the blow.
It is. What it is like, oh, kids might be seeing this, and we don't want them to. I don't know.
What is it, like a trigger word that really offends some people?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can see that.
And that's good. I mean, it's good, and I'm definitely not about censorship, but about being sensitive to other people's kind of whatever.
Well, I would just switch it out with like, I'm just gonna abort myself.
Oh yeah.
See, there you go. That's
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna retroactively abort myself.
Just go.
Well, you're going to take him to New Mexico anyway, right? So might as well.
Oh, right, yeah.
Euthanasia.
New Mexico, home of legal legal abortions.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh wait, no, I thought they had euthanasia. My bad. I missed that.
No, you know where they have euthanasia? Asia. They've got a lot of youth there.
Actually, no. You know that their birth rate is extremely low right now.
I know.
Topic, brother. We're talking.
Oh, well, yeah, I know. I mean, it's because of the one child rule, and then all the families are like, "Hey, we got to have a boy because that's better." And then there's too many guys. And
that's actually, it's actually funny because I was thinking about writing a joke about this. China was so against like gay culture, gay stuff that they like literally turned their country gay with like just a bunch of dudes. They're just like no girl shit, none of that. They're just like, oh shit, now we just have a bunch of dudes here.
Yeah. What are they gonna do now?
It's an egg roll fest.
Yeah. I mean, they got to do is import women. They just got to import them. Like, oh, where's a lot of women? And they're like, I don't know, India, Mexico. I'm not sure.
That's trafficking.
Or they'll just all. That's one thing. Like that. So my age. So Rafa, of the four of us, you're the only one who has had any kids, and you just have one. Angel, no kids. Josh, no kids. Me, no kids. I'm damn near. I'm like 42 years old. It ain't happening. What's going to happen when there's nobody to prop up the economy anymore? That's what I'm scared of.
That's why I'm not having kids. I'm trying to dismantle it.
You're trying to dismantle the
When I was a teenager, I remember there was an ad that Canada, the country, put in Mexico.
Yeah.
And they wanted to import families. If you were a young family, and you had small kids or whatever, you were in your 20s, you had 2-3 kids, they wanted you in Canada.
Yeah.
They wanted you to have like $2,000 and they'll give you papers and they get you a job.
Yeah, it seems like I heard something. Yeah, and then like Alaska.
And that was like in the 80s, bro, when they did that.
They're just trying to.
Because their population was going down so bad.
Wow. I would have done that. I would be like, let's see what all this is about. And, go up there and get some. They were paying people to move to Canada.
Oh, yeah, I would never.
I heard something about that.
Why not? You wouldn't want to like live in like Vancouver?
Well, because you know what I would do automatically though. You know me so well. I would just live in like somewhere rural as fuck.
Rural as fuck.
Where people couldn't even just go to. Like I'd be like, just have to FaceTime people.
Did you know that there's this town in Canada that there's so many polar bears around that, or maybe it's grizzly bears. I don't know whatever kind of bears are up there, and there's a law where everybody in the town has to keep their car unlocked in case you're just like walking around and a bear comes after you. You can hide in somebody's car.
Going to oh wow.
Yeah. All the cars and houses are like unlocked. So if a bear, you're like, shit, you got, because that's the only way you can get away from a bear is going inside because they don't know what inside is.
That's the perfect excuse
They don't know how to open the
get caught.
door.
Yeah. Do what?
That's a perfect excuse to get caught cheating.
It's like I was in this lady's house because there was a bear. I wasn't having an affair.
Yeah, your husband walks out, the guy's naked. You're just like, oh, what the? And he's like, sorry, mate, it's a grizzly outside. And then he's just like,
Wait, why did he have that accent? He's from Canada.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I could do a Canadian accent.
Just say a bunch.
Yeah, it's just how Cholos talk.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, no, I love that bit.
Isn't it just like certain words for Canadians? Isn't it mostly sound American?
Yeah, no, it's
There's
just
a lot of snow here, eh?
There's a
yeah.
lot of stroke. What?
There's a lot of snow here.
They do have their regional kind of dialects because in Montreal,
What
you know,
a
they speak or in Quebec they speak French.
French, correct.
Ah, oui.
So you know what they call people from Quebec? Quebecois.
Quebecois.
But so when I was married, because I used to be married to this woman, me and her were in Cozumel, and we went on an excursion with these French Canadian lesbians. They owned a bed and breakfast in Montreal, and they hated me. They hated me. They thought I was a big asshole because I was like in a bad mood that day. And like me and my ex-wife were like, we were in the back of the Jeep and they were in the front of the Jeep and this other guy was right. Yeah. And they would talk shit about me in French. And I'm like, damn it.
I only know a little
So
bit of
more
French.
lesbians hate you?
Oh, dude, lesbians always hate me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the nature of them, really.
That's what I feel like. I get the opposite for some reason. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I feel like I get along with lesbians for some reason.
Well, every time they say I'm cute, I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Every time a lesbian says you're cute, I feel like you're doing something.
Yeah. They're like, you're kind of adorable. And I'm like, wait.
We're cracking Rafa up the direction of this is going.
Bro, it's just, I knew it wasn't going to take just too long for you to say that you were divorced. That was number one. And the second one, the lesbian issues you would have. And I knew that was coming up no matter
I
what.
don't have issues with lesbians. I have issues with women that don't like me very
And,
much.
and a lot of them happen to be lesbians.
I
Yeah, they have a different preference.
Those Canadian ones.
Yeah.
And that other one.
No, that was just a funny.
No. I'm not
What's your
sure.
relationship with lesbians, Josh?
Well, I
Josh is a
honestly, I
lesbian.
like. Yeah, well,
okay.
to be honest, like I get along with everyone. I don't know.
I don't know, that's
Okay,
good.
now,
That's good.
okay, now that we're talking about lesbians, I have a real question.
Yeah.
So, and this has happened a couple of times where I hear about lesbians talking about being a top or a bottom. So what is that? Okay, so hold on, don't just let me finish.
I never even thought about that.
So what does that mean when when a lesbian says if they're a top or a bottom? Are they talking about like socially, like they wear the pants, or is there like a when they
I
is
think
it a,
it's-
Power
is it a
dynamic.
sex thing or is it like a
I think it's a sex thing.
okay? But so what is that? What does that mean then?
It's who penetrates who.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what
so.
it is.
The straight
If you're
man.
at top, exactly.
Yeah, and I
You would
think
stop.
maybe it has to do with like a dominant submissive thing too. Although those
Yeah, it's all
terms
power.
are not necessarily interchangeable. I mean, because we're all dudes, and when we think of a top, like that's the fucker, and then the bottom's the fucky, pitcher catcher. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how
It
it
just
works.
doesn't process.
But I think Rafa's is right. I just who penetrates who, and it's just like I'm fisting or I'm dildoing or whatever. I don't know.
it just doesn't process to me because I would think that they would just use the thing on each other.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would
just,
think,
like-
yeah, or just scissor. Like, who's the top with the scissors?
Because
Some of them take turns, of course, but I get it.
Honestly, none of my business. I don't care. Whatever
You've
people
seen
do.
enough porno to know this shit. So it's
I
okay.
haven't seen
So let's be
let's be
clear
porn with like
about
Ellen
this.
or Rosie
I
O'Donnell.
was just hoping it was more of like an actual physical thing rather than like a way that they.
I think you got a nervous tick. You're moving that microphone too much there, sir. Oh shit! I wasn't trying to fuck with your head. I was just like, I don't want
No,
this.
what I'm saying is that fuck. Now I lost track. Okay, so I was hoping it was more of like actual physical sex thing rather opposed to
I
being
think it
like,
is.
opposed to being a way of they just that's how they say they're like the man of the relation or whatever. If they
Yeah.
wear the pants.
I mean,
whatever.
they definitely say like, oh, this one's the more femme or the more butch.
Well, I want to turn up sex in the bedroom, period. You know what I mean? Like,
What do you mean?
Like, I just want to make it fun. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make you know, a Nerf gun? Like, I want to make that for a dildo.
Wait,
They have a Nerf gun dildo?
Yeah, it's called the Nerf dough.
Is the Nerf company?
Like, you could just
Or the
shoot the
dildo
dildo in the puss?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, she said yeah.
And the cooter, whatever.
Like a jackhammer. Like
Oh.
yeah.
Can we pull that up? No, I'm just-
Let's
Cool.
let's take a look at the big screen behind us.
Trying to give me rock hard here.
they're not paying me enough to
Man,
do that yet.
you know, I when it comes to lesbians and whoever, I just know that they do their shit and I do mine, and you know, never the two shall meet.
And that's Morgan's take on lesbians, guys.
I don't know, man. I like it. I like individual people.
I feel like that's how we should think of everybody.
I think I finally
These
figured
individual
myself
people.
out, though.
No, yeah, I don't know if you know where we're going now.
Well, I think I just figured out. I
What'd you
just
figure
like
out?
sex.
What?
I mean, I like just like sex in
The
general.
concept of sex, like gender,
No,
the physical act.
Yeah, I just like people, bro. Anybody, whoever.
So you're one of them pansexuals.
Well, I don't like the.
You know what I think is what kind of
I'm
like,
not too into.
you know what I think is cringe when people say, what is it when they say is it pansexual when they're into intelligence or something like that?
No, that is
Like,
sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual. That's
Yeah,
I have a joke. I have a joke about sapiosexuals.
anybody who's sapiosexual to me is fucking stupid. I don't know if I can say that, but
I mean, no, that's a take.
what I'm saying is that to me it just sounds very pretentious.
We're about to watch a fight
Because
right now.
because you know for sure someone like a girl that says they're sapiosexual, and if they have a choice between two different guys and they say, let's say these guys are like equally smart or whatever that they're
Yeah,
into,
they're exactly the same
she's obviously
person.
gonna go for the better looking.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's just say they were like,
Or what if the guy that's not as good looking is a little bit smarter? That's more what she would like, you know,
Yeah.
mentally. But she's probably still gonna go for the other guy who's just a little bit more attractive, who's
Yeah.
not as much there mentally.
yeah, I mean, there's an
But
edge.
I just think it's bullshit. Sorry, yeah.
No, I agree.
But it probably doesn't apply to everybody.
Yeah.
The thing about the environment, mostly sapiosexuals tend to have their interests peak whenever they're around people that flex their intellectual capabilities,
yeah.
like at a college or like a office or something like
That's the only place people are smart.
at a college or an office. Well, a lot of people fuck in an office.
Could it apply to like artistry too, or is that
I think
just a
so.
different name with like
Oh no, yeah, no, I think that's some of it. Yeah,
probably?
because like somebody that's very like, oh, I love this author or this, you know,
Yeah.
artist or director or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of just makes me think of now how like when it comes to like the music industry and how it's all about like looks, right? And so do you know who Bo Burnham is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was watching a YouTube video about him, and he was talking about, because like he became like a really big star, but when he was first making YouTube videos, he was just like doing his thing, making music and writing lyrics and making fun of like celebrities and stars. And,
Yeah, he started doing stuff
Yeah.
like on YouTube in high school, right?
yeah, and he blew up. He was like one of the first people to blow up on YouTube, and so, but pretty much like he said he went from what he was doing like just as like a teenager just for fun, and then he blew up, and all of a sudden he realized, he's like, man, this is what have I like. He's like, what have I become? Like I can't even fucking talk. He's pretty much saying, he's like, I became what I fucking used to make fun of or what I hated.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
like-
he's yeah.
Because he's just like
I
a
get it.
skinny like white boy, and then they could have just like made him.
Well, see, when people say that, I have a problem because it's the lack of experience and understanding.
Yeah.
For one thing, it's one perspective. You're talking about making fun of someone. You're like, these YouTubers, this and that, da da da. They sell out until you get that contract, and then you sign it, and then you're just like, oh, well, I got a quota. I got to sell this.
Yeah.
Got to make this many videos. Got to make this much content. Got to make this much.
I mean, it
this and
becomes
that.
a job.
And then you sell out. you become this and that. You know what I mean? And then your perspective changes. You're just like, oh man, I became this person that I used to make fun of. And it's like you can either be humbled by it or you can be shamed by it. You know?
Sure. Yeah.
So like that's my perspective of it, because it's like I become that person. You know what I mean? Like where I'm just like oh, like a do-gooder, like this person, this and that. Because I used to be like, I'm telling you, bro, before now, like whenever I used to be locked up, bro, I used to just be bad. Like I used to just be bad.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But now it's just different. Like I'm just chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be that person that just, bro. Like if I met myself back then, I'd probably still fight me. But the thing is that it'd be like you turn into like a pussy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, that's just your inner.
I'm curious what Rafa, because of you know, you're the little bit older than me, but the oldest of the group. What how is it for you? Like do you feel like you're the same now as you were when you were younger, or have you changed?
You definitely evolve. You are, I believe, and again, it's just my personal opinion. I believe we were born with certain characteristics.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of like with animals. You know, when you see a bunch of little puppies, one of them is very cute, the other one's a little more aggressive, the other one's very playful. You have certain characteristics when you were born. And that kind of follows through your whole life, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But obviously, as you get older, you grow up, you know, you evolve a little bit. But the essence is there.
Yeah.
That I believe, and I have mentioned this before, I believe I matured when I was 18, and that was it for me. You know what I mean? I don't think I really matured that much as the decades went by.
Sure.
I'm able to understand certain things, and I'm able to have more patience. Mm-hmm. And I'm able to tolerate certain things. I'm able not to tolerate certain things. You know what I mean? Stay away from negative people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Again, you live and you learn, that kind of stuff. But in the essence, I believe we're still the same.
Yeah. It's interesting.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. I'm with you. Well, you asked us initially about the Bo Burnham thing. How do you feel like, Angel, you've changed versus even like 10, 15 years, like from being in high school to now? So was that like 15 years ago or something like that for you?
Well, the whole like attitude that Bo Burnham has is what I like in artists and music, comedians, where he's kind of like anti Hollywood, where he's anti like the whole. He's not anti-rich, but he's anti the whole image,
right?
And everything like, which I think you kind of, I don't know if you're catching on. That's kind of like my kind of punk rock take.
Sort of the minimalist approach, more not being caught up in all the facade of it, kind of.
Yeah. I'm more of like I like, so I could compare the way Bo Burnham is kind of to the way Kurt Cobain was,
right?
He's kind of like he became famous and they made great music, but he was kind of just like fuck all this bullshit, like
right,
rich and glamour,
not believing in the hype,
Oh, okay, this is what I'm trying to say too. The what I think is important, that like Bo Burnham's point is what people do nowadays, and I completely agree when he says this, is how people like worship celebrities, worship like musicians, and like you know, obviously when people were good or at something, some kind of art or music, like give them their props, but I could imagine it's kind of weird and scary to be like someone that's a good musician for people to like dedicate so much time and mental energy just towards you. That's kind of it's very disgusting.
And I've never been in that position, and I would love to be but it's got to be like the whole thing with like Chapel Roan and stuff. She like wanting people to not bother her when she's in public, but it's like you're very popular with this certain audience that are gonna want to approach you.
We gotta understand the thing about the people like musicians, when you make it big, like, because I don't know, I've told y'all before, but my cousin is with that Flatland Cavalry.
Is with what? Your cousin's with what?
Flatland Cavalry, the band.
It's a really fucking big band. They just played Buddy Holly.
One of their soundtrack is for Hunger Games.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And they got a recognition.
Yeah. And so like one of the things I noticed is that like, bro, that shit is hectic. You know what I mean? Especially like in a band. I can only imagine if you're like solo doing shit. He's in a band and shit, and like they're busy as fuck all the time, and like they just came. They did a show at Buddy Holly.
And but even then, like trying to hang out
like that shit is tough, you know.
Yeah.
Like we hang out like very little and all that.
Yeah.
I'm still cool with him, but the thing is that you get people that like he was telling me that you get people that are just like they don't understand the boundary.
Right, yeah.
You know what
like,
I mean?
I've heard you play on a record, and he's just the bass player. He's not even like the lead singer or anything, but
Yeah.
the music he's making with the band is so significant to people. They're just like, oh my God. Yeah.
No, yeah, I understand. It's just like I don't know.
gotta
To
be
me,
weird.
it's just like if I was famous though, I would just not shut it out. I would just
Yeah.
be cool about it.
I have a question for
Which
Rafa.
they-
How do you feel about like the whole change of like going from the evolution of being able the way we listen to music, how now we just it's on your phone all the time, and compared to back in the day where people had to you found out about music word of mouth, right? Or
Well, there's always been like like live music, thank God, and I really always had it's a big part of my heart that belongs to live music because I really love it. But back in the days, I remember radio was big, and whatever radio wanted to play, whatever was famous at that time, they play it like you wouldn't believe, like they overdid it. They still do that, I guess.
Yeah.
But now with all the different options and stuff like that, it's cool, and it's so many genres, and now they mix styles and all that kind of stuff.
Fusion.
Yeah, all the fusion
One of the
things.
do
crazy.
you have like records or CDs or tapes or anything?
No, it's funny because as years go by, you get rid of all that stuff. Before I grew up with what was the name of it looks like a cassette, but it's huge. What was it?
8-tracks.
8-track, yeah.
8-track tapes. Yeah, my dad had a bunch of those. Yeah.
I grew up with those.
Oh, I'm starting to get back in the.
But they were so I forgot some of those things.
You remember the Silvers back in the day?
What do you mean the Silvers? Is that a group?
An old school band. You can't find them anywhere, bro.
Yeah,
Only on
I collect vinyl. You've seen my collection.
Yeah.
Come with spin. And me and him were getting.
Trying to make a rap album, bro.
Oh yeah, no, that was bad. No, me and him got real stoned a while back, and then I have like the Star Wars soundtrack on
Listened to that
vinyl.
on blast and smoked
God damn, that was
like
fun.
hella bowls, bro.
Yeah.
Listen to us. We nerded out so hard.
I like vinyl, and that's it's kind of expensive now, but
I'm glad they rescue that because there's a certain thing that you cannot only get with anything else. Only with vinyl.
yeah,
It's very intimate. That's how I look at it.
That's
it
why I
is.
like history, because history is intimate to me. Like whenever I love war history. Love war history. I don't know why. There's just something about it. Like I just
Nothing like a guy stabbing you up close.
golly.
Man, I'm so horrible when it comes to like geographical references because yesterday I went to Cafe J's, right?
Yeah.
And I was talking to someone and we were talking about this Marvel character. Well, the actor's named Chloe Bennett, right?
Okay, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and she's Chinese, but I couldn't think of it right then and there. So I was like, well, I think I was like, she's some type of Asian. And they're like, do you know how big like Asia is? You know how many different like
Somebody
races?
shamed you over that.
Yeah.
You at least got the correct continent.
But they didn't like shame me. It was just
Okay.
kind of it was just they were just like calling it out.
Yeah,
It'd be funny if he was like, "Where is China?" I'd be
yeah.
like, what?
Funny fact: in Mexico, if you're Asian, they don't bother with exactly which country. You're just Chinese. That's
No,
it.
porque hay los chinos que te hablan español, bro. I've seen them.
And I get that part, but I'm just saying, if your eyes
Bilingual
are small
podcast.
and you're Asian,
No, you're good.
they're just gonna call you Chinese. They're not gonna bother you're Korean,
Right,
or
yeah.
Filipino, or
It's,
not.
it's,
They just
it's
call you
just a
Chino.
pejorative.
That's it. They simplify
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Chino, yeah.
Well, see, like I was
Even if
correct.
you're Japonés.
Hold on, I was corrected yesterday because I was just about to say this. Mexicans will just call any type of Asian Chino.
Yeah,
But just how they corrected me yesterday,
Yeah.
like the way I'm saying that.
I mean, a lot of
But they don't mean anything bad by it, and it's not an offense. You know what I mean? It's just a description.
Well, I don't think there's a word
that's
for
not
Asian.
that's not what I'm touching on. What I'm saying is how like I need to be careful now when. But isn't that a thing though? Because this might make me look really bad. But
No, say it.
don't people kind of just like ask themselves or say, probably not out in public or on camera, but they're like, "What kind of Asian do you think that person
No, that's a very common.
Is there
No, like, no.
another way to refer to people who have those type of features?
No, Asian is the correct. They used to say Oriental, and that was like, oh no, that refers to a rug, not a person.
Decorations.
So, yeah. So they don't because the Orient is like the Oriental Sea.
Ornaments and the vases. And,
So
and
so
he
they
kind
would
of a
say so. The correct term would be Asian, but Asia encompasses a fucking fuckload of places. I mean, I have a coworker that he lived in China for like 5 years, and then he moved to Turkey. Turkey is part of Asia. It's crazy. So, and that also includes India, Pakistan. Yeah,
because of
yeah. It's. I mean, I think technically Iraq is part of Asia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Baghdad. So it's yeah. So
I've been hit with the Asian. I've been hit with that. Bro, I was in
people have accused you of looking Asian.
Bro, I was in school one time. I was higher than a motherfucker, bro.
Oh, that's not gonna help.
Fuck. Yeah. So like, I look Asian if I wake up early or if I smoke.
Yeah.
So
It's like the same.
the way I hit the double combo.
Oh yeah.
To school, and I was in my first class, Spanish class, right? So I'm just chilling, and like this gay guy in front of me was talking about like.
Was he actually gay or was he just a stupid guy?
His name was
Okay.
Dane, but
Okay.
he was talking to his friends.
They
He
know
was
each
like-
other. You know what I mean?
He goes like-
of course, he knows the guy.
And oh my god, like these people are so smart. And he goes like, but you know who's the smartest people? And he looked back at me. Well, he did one of these. He hit one of these. He hit a double take around, and then he looked back at me, and he goes like, no offense. And then he turned back to his friends, and he goes like, but Chinese people. And I was like, well, I'm Mexican. And he was like, I'm sorry. I was just like, yo, bro.
He just didn't even. He's like, I'm sorry.
Wait, you mean like I'm sorry that you're Mexican, or you say I'm sorry that I mistaked you?
He didn't clarify.
Both.
I'm sure he is sorry
Probably
for
both.
Yeah.
Well, I as a person of whiteness, I would say. I mean, I'm not would be the first to admit, like, you call all Hispanic people Mexicans, even if they're like, you know, from Brazil or something.
El Salvador,
Yeah,
Costa
it's like,
Rica,
oh, Brazilians, the jungle
Belize,
Mexicans, whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
I get it.
you know, it's like Argentina. Those are the Nazi Mexicans. I don't because you know Nazis went. No, you remember Nazis went to
You
Argentina.
really know about that stuff.
Have you seen that documentary?
Which
It's a
one?
documentary about Nazis going to Argentina. They're fleeing.
They were-
Oh yeah.
they
That's
were
where they
hunting
caught.
back in
That's
the
where they
day,
caught
yeah.
Joseph Mengele.
No, my uncle got mad at that though for not the Nazi stuff about like being confused with Mexican culture.
Yeah, because
Guatemalan.
he's Guatemalan.
So like one time because he has a cleaning business.
Yeah.
He went to this person's house. He's cleaning, and then she goes like, "Happy Cinco de Mayo," and he goes like, "I'm not Mexican."
I'm Guatemalan, you bitch.
Yeah, imagine like he got
my
upset, and I was like, "My uncle's the type to get upset." Real
I don't
quick,
know
but-
anything about Guatemala.
I've been there several times.
In Guatemala?
I mean, he's just tore up, bro.
When I was a little kid, I was living in a small little town called Tapachula in the state of Chiapas, which is basically border with Guatemala. Exactly. Back in those years, I don't remember the year because I was, 7 years old, something like that. Guatemala was in the war, civil war.
Yeah. I think I remember.
And I remember we used to have to put some vest with a Mexican flag so they wouldn't shoot at us.
Oh yeah, it's like I'm a non-combatant.
My uncle,
Yeah.
he's from Chisapeque, Guatemala. That's like deep Guatemala, central.
You ever been there, Angel?
Where?
To Guatemala.
No. I haven't. The only parts of Mexico I've ever been to is pretty much Tijuana, which is pretty much still California. But
Shout out
I went to. I said the last.
Yeah.
I said this last episode that I visited Mexico City.
Oh, nice.
Ciudad de Mexico. That's what it's called.
Nice.
And that's where my dad's side of the family's from.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and I went to where the pyramids are at and stuff. We checked out
Oh,
the pyramids.
Chichen
I walked up
Itza.
there. I think there's a pyramid
You
that
went to Egypt?
No, no.
Oh, my fault.
They're
My
like
bad.
the Aztec Mayan and shit.
Yeah, you went.
Yeah, I get where you were weird. No. Yeah, there's like a pyramid that I walked up when I was a kid, and
Awesome.
you're not supposed to. They don't let people
shit, really?
do it anymore. Well,
That's what's up.
you were allowed to before, but now
Oh.
they're trying to preserve it even more.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the famous one called the Pyramid of the Sun.
Yeah.
I don't. How do you say it in Spanish?
Chichen Itza.
Yeah.
There's
Chichen-
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza.
There's oh man.
What?
Isn't there some
Chulula?
badass ones in Belize too?
No, did you say Tulum? No.
Yeah.
Tulum is a resort, I think. No.
No, it's a little time.
Chichen Itza. Choloto Khan? No, that's a god. My bad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's Quetzalcoatl. That's an animal.
I don't know. Yeah.
So where you said you're Mexican, Josh? You don't know what you are?
I believe I'm Mexican.
Do you know where you're
Mexican and mostly native because my uncle, bro.
He's proud to be an
my
American.
grandpa, you gotta see my grandpa, bro. And then like what the family said and all that, but that's what the family says. You know what I mean? Watch me get the 23andMe again. Like
You have
the
to do
Spanish
that.
comes up.
Yeah.
I gotta.
You're a conquistador.
That'd be crazy too, though.
Yeah.
But I've searched up my name. I've seen a family crest in Spain.
Yeah.
Signs.
What kind of music did you grow up listening to? Like your family? and just- what?
Tejano and banda music.
I believe you're talking about Teotihuacan and Quetzalcoatl. That's the pyramid of the snake.
Yeah.
I just remember
There's
that.
a badass horror movie called Q that stands for, it's like this, from like the early 80s. That's neither here nor there.
Oh my bad. I was thinking about D for desire.
Oh.
That's a softcore porn movie. My fault.
I think he was asking about music a second ago.
Yeah, my
I don't
fault.
know. Okay, no. Well, just for the sake of, because you guys are our guests, and
Yeah.
just for the sake of interviewing you guys, asking you guys questions, we'll go with Josh since we're kind of ready. Like, so you're a local stand-up comedian in Lubbock, right? I see you pretty often. How long have you been doing comedy for? I don't think I've asked you that before.
He's looking at me because me and him started within like a week or two of each other. About July of 2022. So going on a 2.5 years.
So did you guys know each other before? Or you guys just met because you guys both started?
Me, him, and Haley all started at the same time.
Hell
like,
yeah.
within like a week of each other.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not good with dates.
No, you're good. So how long ago was that then?
Like 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was like how do I say this? Did you go to the open mics before you started, or did somebody? What led you to signing up, putting your name on that paper for the open mic?
Well, the thing was, I came back from California and started working at the ranch, and I'd done that for about 2 to 3 years, and I was taking care of like 33 plus horses, and
You take your what?
I was taking care of like 33 plus horses.
33 plus horses.
Yeah, it was like two.
Damn, that's a lot of horses, man.
Yeah, he's working like stables, like on a ranch and stables and shit.
Yeah.
Everything, just whatever, anything horses need. You were that guy
Yeah,
for
yeah. We
everything?
had
Shoveling horse shit.
well, we had one stud, and it was mostly geldings, and then some mares, but and then we had ponies and all that. But other than that, it was just because it was just me doing it. You know what I mean? And then you remember that winter? We had a bad winter. Everything froze over.
Yeah.
Snow.
When was this?
This was like 5 years ago.
Okay. I was in California.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you're-
we had a bad winter. Everybody started making fun of us. They were like, Texas isn't built for like da 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 da. Like,
Oh, because all the electricity went down.
Yeah, when
people
Ted
started talking
Cruz
shit.
left the
Yes.
fucking country.
Yeah. People started talking shit on
That was
Texas.
2020, early 2021, something like that.
And so I was
During
like,
COVID.
Yeah. No, well, I think at the end, towards
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, like, this shit was wearing me out. Like, it wasn't feeling like a normal person. I was getting angry all the time. And I started doing jujitsu and all that, and then that wasn't enough. So I needed like a different
Outlet.
outlet. You know what I mean? So like I think I saw it on Facebook, just like a comedy thing, and I was like, I'll go check this out. You know what I mean? And I went like 2 to 3 times before I actually went up on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes, I knew that.
Before you actually signed up and went up yourself?
I didn't realize that.
Okay.
I asked my cousin because I was like, I just need to try something.
Which
Like,
cousin?
is there Vanessa?
Oh, okay.
She does hair,
I don't know her.
which is a connection from Valberba.
Oh, yeah.
Because she did it at
Shout out
that Wayne
Valberba.
Gordon, whatever Gordon.
Yeah, the Wade Gordon place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially taught at, yeah.
So she knew her, and then my cousin was like, "Well, she does this at Bar PM,"
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
"All right, well, I'll go check it out." Went over there, met Val. That's
That
when
was-
I met Selena. and
Bar,
then
Bar
I met-
PM was the first mic you went to?
Bar
Nice.
PM was the first open mic I went to.
Nice. Nice.
Nice. Do you remember what your like what your material was like when you first started going on stage doing the open mics?
Oh yeah, it was like stupid shit. I remember my first joke was I take care of bunch of horses for, rich white women. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with them. People think it's a bad job. Like, they stink, they smell, they're dumb. They get in the way, but the horses aren't too bad. That was like my first joke.
That's not,
Yeah, it was all right.
It's like an actual.
He was funny early on. I remember.
I don't mean that. They were nice. Everyone was nice, but you find humor. You think of jokes sometimes.
Wait, you don't mean that cruel joke?
The one thing I just remember when you started, you spoke very softly.
Oh yeah.
You had the mic very far away from you. I remember I caught you, and he spoke to you about that. And you were kind of shy also. Mm-hmm. You were very insecure at the beginning, very nervous.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Well, that's with everybody. Everybody that starts out.
No, I'm just saying that's what I remember when I saw you perform.
Yeah, you're definitely more outgoing now, I would say.
That's true. Yeah.
As a person, yeah.
And what I like now that when I see him perform, that he gets control of the stage, bro.
Yeah, dude.
But he does it in this subtle, cool, smooth way that is just like, how the fuck did he do that?
Sucking Josh's dick podcast.
No, actually, I'm all getting nervous. You see me trying to hit this, I'm like, it's not hitting.
Oh yeah, no, you're good, man.
No, fucking. Yeah. It's here. Hold on. Let me try to.
It's a sponsor by Jewel Pods.
Yeah.
Vaporist.
No, don't say that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we can even.
Actually,
I think legally you can't actually say it.
Oh, I mean, you did, yeah.
it's a gas station.
Just joking.
Yeah.
I don't even know about any of the YouTube rules or anything yet. But
Nah, I mean, I mean, there's like what falls under like parody and stuff.
First episode sued.
it's funny.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's funny how we're talking about this too, and I don't even care if we're talking about this on the episode. But I have a question: is there like a website or something you could go to or something that shows you? Is there songs that you can legally use for your own?
There's public domain. It's called public. Yeah, it's called.
And I could like go there and check out.
Yeah, and there's even like banks, like song banks of like tons and tons of songs you can like download for free, or you can even pay like $20 a month or something to get usage of all these like songs that are like copyrighted, but you're paying for the rights to use them. It's really cool. Yeah. So anybody that does, any kind of like film editing or sound engineering or whatever, will have access. And then a lot of the DAWs, the like Pro Tools or whatever, they have like built-in shit.
I was assuming that there
GarageBand or whatever.
I was assuming that there has to be like a good amount of songs that anyone could legally kind of use that like artists that are okay with. They're like, hey,
and it's a certain rate if they're a certain age, like things like that. Yeah, if it's because even like like they've been making like these horror movies of like Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh. It's because Walt Disney's like copyright lapsed.
Gotcha.
And now like certain elements of it, like you can make like your own version of like a Mickey Mouse cartoon if you use a certain like this version of Mickey, not this one, like the black and white one. But so it's like I want to have Mickey Mouse, making out with Kermit the Frog.
But it has to be like 50 years old or something.
Yeah, it has to be a certain amount of age. Yeah.
And then you can use
They did like Winnie the Pooh, the rapist, or like just. Like,
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, he's already not wearing pants.
Yeah, it's just like
that sounds like something you could talk on stage.
That's a good bit. That is a good bit.
So how do like? It's funny because these questions just sound so cliche, but
nah, you're good, man.
If you make it someday, someone's gonna look back and listen to this. They're gonna be like, "Hey, man, I want to listen to how this guy started." But
yeah.
what's how do you see yourself from when you first started to now, and like when it comes to like being comfortable on stage or just like body posture or like just anything? What's your take on how when you look at when you reflect on your year or so, whatever, doing comedy?
Well, there's always like stuff to reflect on. There's always stuff you're gonna be like, that sucks. You know what I mean? Like just the other day, y'all said I did good, but I felt like I did horrible.
When
I did that show with
What were you?
at the restaurant?
Yeah.
I thought you did incredible.
Yeah, I thought he did good.
Let me say this: anybody that does bad, we always tell them they do good.
That's true.
No, I'll tell somebody if they straight up suck.
I've also been at the receipt. You're like, yeah, you could have done better, and I was like,
I will never tell anybody that.
I will give
You guys are all good.
realistic feedback. You know, if somebody wants genuine feedback, I'm like, you could do this different or whatever.
yeah.
To me, if you do bad, I try not to tell you nothing. I try to kind of walk away.
Right.
I don't want to make you feel worse than you already feel.
Oh no,
Okay?
Rafa doesn't want to talk to me.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you do good, I'll be the first to say, yeah, nice, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember coming down from like really good sets, and people were just like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
How did you do that, bro?
It's like, I don't know. But the thing is that now I see myself, and it's like, you know, it can either go good or bad, but even if it's bad, you know, you still get like good feedback from it,
Yeah.
if that's weird to say. You know what I mean? It's just like,
I have a question. Do you guys think that? Because I kind of feel this way right now. Do you think doing stand-up comedy, or at least trying, like going out to open mics, is like the cool new thing to do right now? Because comedy is like big right now.
booming.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of a confirmation bias because you follow stand-up so closely. If you
Yes,
like
same.
asked your average person, like they don't know. Like most people, when Tony Hinchcliffe did the Republican National Convention, most people didn't know who the hell he was.
thought
They
he
know
was a speaker.
Rogan because of the podcast, but you know most people don't know like Rogan's buddies or his cronies or whatever. Like I don't want to talk shit about any of them because I hear that if you do, won't let you on Kill Tony or whatever. So they're great, they're the best. But yeah, I've heard.
Well, I liked them.
Yeah, but a lot of people are like, who the hell's Tony Hinchcliffe? And why is he saying stuff about
You don't have any Puerto Rican jokes, by the way?
I don't have any Puerto Rican jokes.
Okay.
No.
No,
I'm gonna write
none
some.
related about knives.
So I guess this kind of falls back to how, like, I was saying, I have like that punk rock
Yeah.
kind of attitude, to where like I'm growing up, like I was always like against the trend. What's cool, whatever's
Yeah.
cool, whatever's trendy. I was like, screw that. That is like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mess with that. And so, but I feel the same way about stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why do these people think why are they going up? And I feel the same way about myself. Like I cringe thinking that like I go up there thinking, like I really do. I'm being
I
honest.
hate myself so
No,
much.
I don't hate myself.
Piece
but,
of
like,
shit for saying jokes.
if I think it, yeah, right. I think about it realistically, and
Yeah.
part of my brain is kind of like, you narcissistic mother. Like you think you're gonna go up and you actually think you're funny, man?
I mean, there has to be a little bit of that to be funny. Because that is very, very funny. The concept of like the little guy, like, you piece of shit, you dumbass. No one wants to hear your dumbass jokes. But there's an ego to it too. You wouldn't be up there saying it if you didn't want to express something to this audience about what you think about queefs. I don't know, dude. Just, for example, I mean, I love it. And I have to, and I have a lot of, I like myself too much, so I like listening to my own sets and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I was funny on that one.
Sometimes I get stoned, and then I'll think about, well, sometimes, all the time.
Sometimes when you wake up.
Yeah. I'll start thinking about like comedy, and I'll be like, how crazy is it that like someone somewhere, the first person, they just started saying jokes, and they're just like, that guy is funny. I want to listen to him all the fucking time. And then that dude just made it. You know, like back then, like it probably happened in like old jester, like fucking
No, I've
medieval
seen some
times.
YouTube videos of like the history of comedy, and like I don't even like, I don't remember much at all when I see stuff, but it does go back, and it is like a performance type of thing.
Yeah.
And making fun of people and things is always fucking common. But
Imagine, I'd be killed instantly. I'd say some shit about the king.
Yeah.
and I think that was
Oh,
well,
like
for
this
sure.
guy thinks he can fuck.
I think that was a common thing too. I think with like back in the day too.
Off with his head.
That was a common thing too. I think back in the day was for like for edgier performers to like make fun of like the
Yeah, like the idea of like roasting. I mean, the Friars Club roasts go back to like the 50s and 60s with like Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, and it's like, look at stupid Sammy Davis Jr., whatever. And I kind of like that concept, but the roast comic, I don't know, like Tony Hinchcliffe, that's sort of I don't know. I think we can do better. Roasting seems a little, that seems cliche to me. I don't know. What do you think?
roasting.
roasting.
It is, but still,
Not for
like,
me.
there's a lot of bad.
I grew up on
There's a lot
roasting.
of bad, like bad joke.
Yeah.
I told you I used to get bullied a lot when I was in.
Oh yeah.
Like just walking in, there's this dude named James, and as soon as I'd walk in, I had bad acne, and like I'd walk in, and he'd be like, "Somebody order a pizza?" I'd be like, "Yo, bro, stop." Every time, bro, he would just be like, "God damn, the moon's getting closer." And I'm like, "Yo,
I need a little bit of grease in my hair. A little bit.
fucking."
Did
but
you
he
do
would-
that?
No, he would just bro. He would fucking just clown on me, and then one day, like, I just not snapped, but just the whatever clicked, and I was just like, "Bro, you better get off me with the head that big." Just like started roasting shit. I was like, shit looked like aircraft carrier. Just
Yeah.
went on.
Nice.
Can't remember what I
I'm
said.
gonna butcher this reference too, but have you guys seen the videos of this? He's like definitely a New York guy, and he just goes up to random people all the time on the street, and he has like a very heavy like Brooklyn, New York accent, and he always starts it off with "Get out of here with that, with your looking ass," and then
I
he
haven't
always,
seen that.
his references, his roasts are on point.
Oh, really?
Like you could probably watch like there's compilation videos probably of, like 20 minutes of him literally just talking to strangers in New York.
Get out of here with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the way you looking at fucking Frodo, looking at his mother, like,
Yeah.
just the way he,
Is he like an Italian guy or something?
yeah, and then he's just like standing on the sidewalk, and just people are walking by, and then a lot of people don't even hear him.
Oh,
and he's just
okay.
like talking shit.
You know, I think I maybe have seen something like
it's
that.
funny.
Yeah.
I'll try to.
I kind of want to get hit with that. That way I can hit somebody else. Just practice it. I just be like, boy, I know you're not talking to me with broke laundry basket built that. Just, stutter. And then he'd just be like, oh, you already fucked up, brother. And I'd be like, oh, shit.
So did
That's
you?
why I don't visit places like that. There's people fast with the insults.
So Josh, did you catch the what did they say, the bug when it comes to like you know what I mean, when you getting up on stage and.
No, I don't think. I really wasn't thinking about stuff like that. I was thinking about more like, damn, should I say this or should I not? I'd be like, yeah, I'll go on.
You disappeared for a while. There was a little while where we didn't see you for several months, and then you started coming back more regular.
Yeah, it's because of Lemus.
Oh yeah. You were
Good
working
job.
well.
Your job. That's what kept you.
Yeah, it started getting hectic. Now that's what. Yeah.
Have you done any other kind of like art or performing before, like other than like? Have you performed music or any kind of
No, I
acting
want to,
or-
man. I want to write a song bad.
So doing open mic comedy or stand-up comedy is the first time you've kind of did something where you're doing a performance, like an art performance for people.
Yeah, I want to do karaoke at Adolph's too, but I'm afraid. I'm really afraid to unleash that on people, bro.
You're more afraid. Well, obviously, yeah. So you're afraid to do karaoke, but you do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's interesting. I mean, that's.
But the karaoke is different because you're like trying to do like sing something perfect. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Yeah, because
You don't want to ruin it, because if you're on stage doing your own jokes, you can't really, because that's your original material.
Yeah.
You're saying you don't want to mess up someone else's like
Yeah.
song or something.
Yeah, I don't want to butcher
the
it.
shit out of Hey Jude right now. Hey Jude,
I want to sing something old school, something nice like some
Raspberry
some-
Beret.
No, something like Al Green, like Love and Happiness, or like
Oh wow, you like?
I like old school stuff.
Oh
like
shit!
that. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Bro, I was telling
Inside of Josh is an old black man.
Well, I was telling her, yeah,
Your
Rainey saw it. Rainey
your
saw it
music
the other
taste
day.
is like
Several times you wouldn't want to talk about that stuff.
Rainey saw it the other day. He was like, you interesting. You know shit about this. And I was like, well, I dabble a little bit.
yeah. You're like you ever fuck with peaches and herb?
No, well, the thing is, I was telling him, I was like, I like old shit. Like, my favorite genre probably is like, funk. I love funk. Like the Ohio Players, fucking Parliament, who else? Cool in the Gang.
Really?
Yeah, stuff like
Sly
that.
and the Family Stone.
What?
Sly and the Family Stone.
Who's that?
Sly Stone. You know that shit. Jungle Boogie.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. See, that's another thing too. Like, if I hear the song, I'll be like, oh yeah, I heard this song growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's another thing. Like, when music.
Growing up, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah, because my dad listened to old shit. He also listened to Tejano a lot. That's why I love Ramon Ayala.
What is that?
Signal.
What is that?
No, actually, I think that's cool.
Tocable.
Yeah.
Is that like a genre of Spanish music in Texas?
Yeah,
That sounds like
yeah.
a stupid
It's just
question.
Spanish country music.
It is funny, in my opinion.
country music.
In my opinion, again, because I'm Mexican, I believe it's just Mexican music. It's not Tejano music. It's a guy that looks just like me, that's wearing the same thing that I'm wearing, and using the same instruments and singing in Spanish about
in
stuff
Texas.
and about songs from Mexico.
Okay.
But they do it in Texas, and now it's Tejano.
If you listen to banda
is
music,
interesting.
So it's kind of more like they're just capitalizing and like kind of just representing Texas, making music that kind of.
Okay, let me see what's Tejano cuisine. What is that for you? If you're gonna eat something that is from Texas, what is it for you?
Roses,
Rosas Cafe. There you go.
Chewy's.
That's Mexican. There you go. That's Mexican too.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
Tex-Mex.
Yeah, there's like
exactly.
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex.
you go to Cali,
But the
bro, they
Mex
don't
is
have
there,
that.
so that's the original part of it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Queso itself is a big Texas thing because like there's so
Again,
many.
queso. That's
California
in Spanish. I mean cheese.
Yeah.
In
It's still
California-
Mexican.
In California, you go to Mexican restaurants and anywhere Mexican, they don't have just a side of like they don't sell it.
There's nothing.
Most,
There's nothing.
most of the time, they don't just have like queso. For
They don't do that, bro. Even
Yeah.
for the nachos,
Yes.
bro.
Just have to bring my own like Velveeta and say, "Here, melt this for
But
me."
it's not a thing.
No,
We
put
just
Rotel in it.
We just eat nachos in California. You know, we don't like,
Or California fried.
So do y'all not in California? Did they not know of the concept of hot
Ceviche.
melty cheese?
they do.
I mean,
but
there's like nacho
but
cheese.
it's more of like I feel like I'm pretty sure there's.
Not that you don't need it.
I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of places that have queso in California,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's so common. It like is. I feel like it's like a culture thing.
That's really
Where
interesting.
they kind of like y'all just
Yeah.
like fucking just a couple.
Yeah. Texans like our cheese. We like
No,
throwing
he's right,
cheese on
bro.
everything.
Because we were in LA, we went to Disneyland and we were at this restaurant
Yeah.
at, near.
Sorry.
My fault, bro.
No,
At,
you're
Indiana Avenue where they shot Boys in the Hood. Not Boys in the Hood. Blood In,
This is
Blood Out.
like, oh,
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna say straight out of Compton. But
No,
okay.
no, no. It's a restaurant near El Pino.
Okay.
And Blood In, Blood Out. And
Yeah, East LA.
yeah.
Yeah.
We went over there and it's a Mexican restaurant.
his old hood.
Well, we were eating, and then I was like, it'd be good, some chips and queso. And I was like, "Puedo me dar una, just like small bowl of chips and, queso." And he's just like, "De qué?" And I was like, "Queso," it's just queso. And he was like, "Oh,
Trying to keep-
okay." And then he went back. And then, I heard them talking. They're like, "No, ese cabrón quiere una cabotazo de queso, quiere." And he's like, "Dale." And then, he came back with shredded cheese, bro.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
And I was
That's
like-
hilarious,
I looked at
man.
it and I was like,
Yeah, that's what I thought you were
I
gonna.
got a
Shit.
big ass bowl of shredded cheese.
He
now,
gave you
bro.
your queso, right?
He charged you $8.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Well, I paid for it because I was like,
I guess in California we just put our melted cheese on stuff.
Oh wow, yeah, that's
well, you
interesting.
know what it is? It's queso fresco and cojita.
Yeah, and,
You know what I mean?
and to think to
Cojita cheese
because
on top of that.
because growing okay, if I think about being in California and somebody having queso, it seems a little bougie in a way.
Queso.
Really?
But here it seems like
Yeah, it's
like,
common ass
uh,
everywhere.
you know what I
Everywhere.
mean? Yeah.
It gets like
Here it
queso
seems like a
fundido.
good meal.
Yeah.
But for some reason in California it
interesting.
seems like bougie.
Huh. That's interesting.
I don't know.
Well, they got good.
I could be really wrong.
They got good food in Cali.
Okay.
Well, in California also you can also ask for queso fundido, which is basically more similar to the queso from here.
Yeah.
But
Did
the
you say fundido?
fundido,
Oh,
Yeah.
which is basically melted cheese
Yeah, you go to Jalisco's, get that, and get it with some corn tortillas.
with
Hell,
chorizo and hell yeah.
That's the best. Man, I'm getting hungry now.
boy, I love migas. Have you ever had migas?
Yeah.
They have that in California too.
What is that? What's a biga?
Migas with chopped up corn tortilla y huevos
This is like a
con
breakfast.
cebolla and jalapenos and shit.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, that shit is good, bro. Sometimes some people put chorizo in there. It's good with chorizo.
All right. So it seems like I think we're gonna wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
This whole deal that we got going on right here. But
We do.
real quick, what do y'all got going on in life right now?
So Bar PM, Thursday, every Thursday. Sign up at 7:30. We start about 8:15. That's here in Lubbock. I host that most of the time, and then my podcast, Breaking Hyman, on the Snake Pit Studios. Check out Lords of Film, Snake Pit with Rattlesnake Roy,
Nice.
Big Pink PP show, and then I also do comedy improv. So we have our first show
Saturday, right? You mean
Saturday. If this doesn't come out before then, there's another one November 22nd, and then there's another one. Follow all my shit, Morgan Hyman Comedy, Morgan Hyman on Facebook. Yeah.
Did you hear? I said Hyman.
Hyman?
Accident.
Hyman.
Yeah.
A-N. But yeah, that's all my shit.
Oh yeah. Thanks for coming back.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is awesome, man.
Same, dude.
You have anything to plug? Any shows coming up or anything?
Yeah, I got a show with Tanner Nelson and Abilene on November 24th.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
At
Hef's Burgers?
no, I have no idea yet.
Okay.
But more than likely, probably, I have no idea. But also, my Facebook is rsjosh. Instagram is sewer.dog.
What is it?
Sewer dog.
Sewer or silver dog?
Sewer.
Sewer dog.
Yeah, like a sewer
Okay.
dog.
Okay.
Double G. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then trying to lock in these other shows in New Mexico with Ish and Show Enough.
Word.
Yeah. Thanks for being part of this. Well, yeah. Thanks for being part of this. This is new, and
Oh, yeah, thank you.
we're just figuring this out right now,
Hey.
like as we speak. And
It's fun, man.
Something new.
Podcasting is fun. Everybody should do
and,
it.
and we're a show. We're not a podcast.
Oh, shit.
We're a show.
We're a
It's,
show.
yes. Show.
Be just another podcast.
We're in a
gonna
studio.
come up with fun
A
segments.
real studio.
Oh, we're gonna do bits? Oh, man, I want to do, yeah. Okay, awesome.
Let's get.
Thanks,
I
man.
was supposed to have a segment today, but I was just like, we got this.
Anyway, thank you for coming, Mr.
Hey, thank
Morgan
you.
Hyman.
Thank you,
Josh. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And see you guys in the next episode.
All right.
Taco, taco, sandwich!